Good morning, everyone. It's me, Santi. I got one more for you. I like this one. It's pretty cool. Made by Ujindou. Up and coming company, I guess. They've been around for a bit. I don't know how long. But they're making a lot of stuff, which I enjoy. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. But let's start off with the box here. Hold on one second. And here we have it. As you can see, this is the U.S. Armored Infantryman, 2nd Armored Division, Germany, 1945. I like the artwork. With the sharpshooter badge there. Made by Ujindou. It's very cool. This here is one side. This here is the other. And, of course, the back has different styles, different ways you can make them. Which I think is pretty cool, right? I like it. I think this is very nice. And you know what I could do first? Before we go into the figure, let's show you what it comes in the box, extra stuff that I didn't put on the figure, okay? Hold on one second. Okay, so I didn't put this on because I had no place to put them and I didn't want to lose them. So he brings some extra bullets, extra rounds for the M1 Garand. And this is the attachment for grenades, I guess. They would put this on the edge of the rifle here, right? This would clip onto the end of the barrel. And then I don't know how it would set the grenades off. I'm sorry, I do not know. But that would be on it. And then, of course, you have some extra buttons. Give me one more second. We'll do the next layer that they have. Of course, I forgot to say. I'm sorry. I forgot the old winter cap that they sometimes get. Whoops. This is the kind of cat that I don't know if any of you guys know MASH, the TV show MASH, but Radar O'Reilly used to wear the cover, a hat like this in the wintertime, right? Knit wool hat. And a couple of extra hands. Okay, hold on one second. Okay, it also brings some other stuff. It brings, let's go down here to get better light. This is like a hood for the winter. It goes onto the back of the field jacket, I would guess. You can see how it's kind of dirty. I like that they made it dirty. You know, I think that's pretty cool. A scarf here. I like his this is the cool jacket. I think this is really nice. You know, that's a very cool jacket. I did not put it on him because I wanted to see or to have him displayed in his regular fatigues. He has some gloves for cold weather, and I'm gonna guess this is body armor type stuff. It just goes over his, I guess it would go over his jackets or his camis, or not his camis. His fatigues. I'm sorry, his army greens. But all right, let's leave this. Let's go to the figure. Hold on one second here. Boom! There he is. I think this is very cool. I like this figure. It's nice. Ujindou has some good bodies. You know, they're firm. The joints don't flop around. I think this is really cool stuff. Of course, let me add, he did not come with cigarettes. I just had an extra one floating around, so I put it on there. Because as you guys know, World War II, those guys smoked up a storm. But this is very cool. Right? Let me move this out of his face so we can see better. Hold on one second. Okay, so let's start with this. It comes with this not a little backpack, a backpack that he would carry. Has some stuff rolled into it. I didn't take it out, but to make it look big, it's nice, right? I think that's cool. You know, tie stuff on the bottom. Put it on the side here. little zippers so you can open up and put more stuff. I think that's very cool. I'll put that to the side. I like it. Let's start with his boots. Felt. As you can see, they're not the brown ones that the regular troops would get. These, I guess, would be what they were called, tanker boots. The tanker boots that they had in the Marine Corps went, the strap went all the way around the ankle, all the way around the leg here a couple of times. Not like this, you know. But they're tanker boots. I'm going to call them tanker boots. Right? Let's go up here a little bit. Bandolier for rounds. Caliber 30, ball, 8-round clips, right? Isn't that cool? I like that. I think that's very nice. What else? Let's see. Let's get this back under here. Now, his belt. First aid kit, more rounds, pouches for his rounds. So he got 3 on that side and 3 on that side. He's got his, whoops, hold on one second here. He's got his sidearm, 45. I think that's really nice. You know, it's. Can you unsnap it? Yes, you can. I should have done that first, shouldn't I have? But I think that's really nice. I didn't put it on him. I should say, I didn't take it out. It's not coming out, but that's okay. You can see it's in there, right? You can see that. He has all of these pouches for his rounds and his magazines and stuff. For his M1 Garand here. One canteen is all he had. And then a bunch of more pouches for the Garand. Bayonet. Very cool. E-tool. Connected to his little pack, the little haversack type of bag. You know, it was lighter to carry than the other one. And if you're gonna do anything, you drop the heavier one down at a certain place. I guess your bivouac spot. You carry this one here because it was easier. Maybe you'd have a change of socks, change of underwear, t-shirt. You know, maybe a C-Rat can broken up in there. Second armored, and he's an E7. See the grenade there? They're heavy too, they're made out of metal. This one right here. Right? He has the straps for his helmet. Let's take his helmet up. Oh. Now it has that thing. This thing that doesn't stay connected to the helmet. Helmet's metal. The net. That's pretty cool, right? I like the face. I like the face on there. You know, I think that looks really cool. You can see he's even got moles on his face. You know, one by his lip there, one up by his right eye. Right there. You can see that, right? One right there, and he's got a birthmark on his face, and another mole. I think that's real cool. I think that looks really nice. Some wrinkles for the worry. I really like the way they made this face because You know, it shows experience on there. Let me see what else we have. The M1 Garand. It's got a cheek rest here, right? That way your cheek, your face is not resting against the cold wood or hard wood. You got this cheek rest. It makes it nice and soft. It's easier to shoot. You have a scope on this Garand. Look at that. That is so nice, right? It fits his hand really good. He's got a nice tight grip on it. I think that's really nice. You know? I think that's very cool. Go here. Let's go to the end of this thing. It's been covered with dust, right? Isn't that nice? Look at that. I think that really looks nice. You know? I think it's really cool looking. His uniform faded, which I think is cool. You know? I like it. I think Ujindou did a good job with this guy. Give me 1 second here. Hold on. Yes, I think this is really cool. You know, the only thing that I added was a cigarette, and I think it adds kind of I'm stressed, but I'm not too stressed because I have my cigarette in my hand. Look, you know, a lot of people smoke because it takes off. It's a de-stressor. It helps them to relax. I think this is pretty cool. Hold on 1 second. So, put them in a real small little diorama here that I made very quickly. You see a little quiet spot, taking a smoke break. I like this one. I think Ujindou did a good job with it. The parts feel okay. All the different you know, the M1 Garand, really well made. The scope on it, you know, it doesn't go up or down, but you can see it's kind of weathered looking, you know. I think that's nice the way they did that. His uniform kind of faded, not that sharp sateen green, OD green, but of course if he's been in combat for a little bit, it's gonna fade. He's an old salt, they would call him. Well, at least they called him that in the Marine Corps back in the 80s. That he'd be an old salt, right? As I said, the joints, not a problem with them at all. You can put him whatever pose you like. His joints are not swinging. You know, they stay where you put them. As you can see, I keep that cigarette up there by his face. It looks like he's smoking, and it's not. It doesn't flip down. It doesn't just flop. He stays in whatever position I put him in, which I think is really cool. You know, crouch down behind the rocks. You don't get shot. Of course, you're still sticking out. So some Jap will get you. You know. Or in this case, I'm sorry, this is second armored in Germany, so some German sniper would get you. But I like the way that looks. You know, I think he came out very well. I think they made him very well. His pants go in his boots, right? Sometimes they come out. You're running through the. You can't keep them bloused all the time. You know, to be honest, when I was in Iraq and I was the gunner in my truck, I kept my trousers unbloused all the time. It was more comfortable while you're standing up there on those 4 or 5 hour convoys. You know, I didn't blouse my boots, I must say. But when I got off and I had to be on one of the fobs or something, yeah, I would blouse them up. I didn't want to look like a shitbag. But this is it, folks. This is the Ujindou, U.S. Armored Infantryman, 2nd Armored Division, Germany, in 1945. I think that's pretty cool. So, hope you like it. Not too long. Leave a like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll do some more. I have a couple more World War II ones that I think you guys would like. And then more modern than World War II. But please enjoy it. This is Santi, and I'm out.